Any order? Pledge of allegiance. The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Verification of compliance with open meeting law.
Yep, it was posted last Friday at the website and on our village door.
And we have roll call.
Brophy,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Here.
Hose,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Here.
Kraus,
Yes.
White, so far.
Here. Any changes or corrections to the agenda?
Just that I do not have the March 9th regular board meeting minutes for you guys to approve. I went to print them out today and realized I had forgot to complete them.
Oh.
So they'll be ready for your next board.
Approval of minutes. We have the regular board of trustees on March 9th and special board of trustees myself. One of those is the one you don't have, or?
The 9th is the one that I don't
Okay.
have. Yep.
We're looking at approving a special board meeting, May, March 12th. Motion made to approve. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comments. We have Robert Moore is here. He is our new board member, which he'll be installed in May.
That's right. Yep. He'll technically, his term starts on the 21st of the April.
Okay.
So if we have any committee meetings that are after that, but before our regular board meeting, he can.
Okay.
So are we? As long as you bring up committee, are we going to just have him take Phil's spot, or are we gonna rearrange them all?
That's up to you and Harry. So at the next meeting,
Oh,
which acts as our organization meeting for the year, Harry would make nominations to all the committees subject to board approval. I don't think we've made any changes in quite a while, so if someone did want to switch around.
Yeah.
It's
That'll be up to you guys.
Yeah. We did get, all of our planning commission members agreed to serve again. And all of our, police commission members, except for Deanne.
You didn't fill it.
We have not, I don't know, have you reached out to anyone
No.
specifically? And I don't know if you were Bill or Sean had a recommendation for that. Yep, okay, yep. So we got a month for those.
Okay. And we also have Mark Schiffel. And he is, like to speak at the gun range. What we'll be doing here is we'll give you up to 3 minutes to address the board. State your name and address for the record. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole, and not any individual. Remarks should remain respectful and relevant to the village business. No personal attack, inappropriate language. The board will listen to all comments, will not engage in dialogue or answer any questions. So at this time, and what we would follow up if after what we hear from you, we have any questions that may come from the board, and we could possibly move it to a committee. And we'll go from there, which would be the Parks Committee. And then well, that'll be whoever it'll be, well, this person right here who's gone tonight.
Oh, somebody that's sick for it.
Yeah, but we'll have a committee meeting, and if we so choose to do that, and as you'd be welcome to come to that too, and we would let you know
Okay,
of that.
okay, well, that would be
So-
fantastic.
Got the floor.
All right, I had no intention of speaking tonight, I guess, but earlier comments amongst the board before the meeting kind of it got me a little excited to speak. Start with back, Mark Schiffro, 106-881 County Road C. The closest property, private property to the range, I guess.
The what?
To the gun range. I'm the first house to the east on the south side. So about a half a mile-ish from the range. Moved to the property in the spring of 2020, so this is their 6th year here. Quiet, nice, relaxing property to be at. It butts up to DNR on 3 sides of it. The reason we purchased it because it was quiet. So you guys get the idea. Through, I guess I would call it the rumor mill, you'd heard that there was gonna be a sportsman's club getting put in down the the township had sold the property to the Sportsman's Club, and this is all just gossip, you could say, rumors that we base this all upon. That there's a Sportsman's Club. That sounds awesome, you know, clay shooting, you know, a couple of nights a week, rifle range occasionally, weekends occasionally with clay shoots and stuff like that. None of that sounded all that crazy or a nuisance or, you know, to us or our property. Must have been in October last year, veteran rifle season. On Facebook, we got a message that hey, there's a sign down the road, watch construction, didn't know exactly what was going on. Until the sign that you guys posted at the gun range of the rules and all that. That was our first, what I believe to be our first knowledge of there being a public Village of Spencer owned gun range a half mile from our house. I did talk to Jeremy last night. I talked to Chris and Harry this morning. The fact that I don't believe my wife or she checks the mail regularly when it gets to be government stuff, but she passes it on to me. We discuss it, and that's kind of a procedure, whether it's taxes or anything government related. We talk to each other about it. Neither one of us recall receiving mail from anybody about this project. So that's why I say we based everything upon hearsay and more or less gossip through the grapevine stuff. And when I say we didn't know that there was going to be a public Village of Spencer owned gun range until we saw the sign posted on Facebook and down at the range, I'm very serious about that. I talked to Chris about letters being sent to neighbors or anything like that. And he said, I believe the village did not send letters out. Am I correct?
The village did not, the DNR did.
Oh, no, we'll go back to this. I talked to Sarah at the DNR. The gal is in charge of the grants you guys received. She did not send letters out either. It was open to the public. Her acknowledgement of open to the public would have been press releases on local news and radio or on their website. So if I didn't have any acknowledgement of that. And I don't live in the Village of Spencer, I live in the township of, so I'm not purview to, you know, when board meetings are, what's on board meetings. So I come to you today for the first time since October when it started. And it's, I say all day, every day, and I think I clarified it. I say that, but it's not all day, every day, but it's when I go in my backyard and I used to be able to sit back there and enjoy my time in the backyard, it is impeded on a regular basis, especially weekends, seem to be to me, because that's when I'm home and I get to take it all in. Very, very much. It is loud, disruptive, annoying. It's an annoyance. My wife spends her days at home working from home most days, and she says it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and through the windows in our house, and she's talking on the phone for work. She can hear it. People on the phone can hear it. So I don't think it's too much to say that it's loud, and it is a nuisance. I talked to the DNR today. I took it upon myself. I know I didn't get the information from you, but I took it upon myself to talk to them. Gun ranges by law are very much protected, whether they're new or existing. Which stinks in my book because, you know, I'm here tonight with no representation. I can't hold any of you accountable for any of this at all. I called Marathon County zoning because I can hold them accountable. I can hold my township accountable, but it's all out of their hands because you guys annex the property to the city, so you can make up your own set of rules. And I really hope that you guys, we can come to some kind of compromise or some, I mean, I invite you guys to come to my house, you know, on Saturday or Sunday afternoon and listen to what goes on. It's not somebody going to the gun range, the sight and shoot their rifle, you know, say they send 10 rounds through their rifle in a matter of an hour, respectively, walking down the range, checking their target to see how they shot, walking back and doing it again. If people going there and emptying 30-round magazines, one after another. And it may not be the same person, but that goes on for hours and hours and hours. If it's a group of people there, all with 30-round magazines. And it quickly, and it's not every Sunday or every Saturday, but it is very frequent. And it's not just weekends, it's weekdays that they're doing this. My wife said it happens during weekdays while she's working, that they're just emptying 30-round magazines of 223 or 308, whatever it is. And it's noisy. It's not pleasant. And I hope you guys can understand that. It's not something to be mocked or, I'm the only one here right now. And I will take the time to travel the 1.5 radius letters we're supposedly sent to and weren't, and talk to neighbors and try and get something.
I have to interrupt you for a minute.
Yeah.
The time is up.
I apologize.
Real quick, in a short few words, what is your major concern? The automatic?
That's the major annoyance.
Okay,
I mean,
you're okay with, excuse me, you're okay with the normal
yeah, I mean, if it could get.
citing income and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's a couple more things I'd like to share quickly. The DNR offers more funding for you guys. I talked to her. They're continuing grants. You can get another one. They pay for 75% of the project. You have to come up with 25% of it. It goes for noise reduction. It goes for safety railing along the driveway where people are inevitably going to drive off the side of that because it got done hastily. That's all stuff that the DNR still provides funding for after it's constructed. And I encourage you guys to look into that. I mean, donations or whatever, you guys ought to be able to come up with 25% of something for noise mitigation. And I think, I honestly can't believe nobody's driven off that driveway. Yeah, that's gotta be another concern either, guys, but that's not my concern. But yeah, and I know I talked to Chris and he mentioned about limiting rate of fire. To me, that's not a hard rule. That leaves room for interpretation. And I talked to DNR about this too, and you guys have the power, as long as it's open 75 days a year and 12 weekend days a year, and weekend days a year are considered 4 hours a day. You guys set the rules. Otherwise, that's what they consider open to the public, which is what your grant is required.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we gotta cut the short.
Okay, yeah, but so it's like, I would like 5-round, 10-round clips maximum, and I think that would be a good rule. Instead of a rate of fire rule, because that leaves interpretation. And you had mentioned, a shot every second, that's still 60 rounds a minute. That's, that's more than going automatic, nobody's shooting that.
I'm sorry, we have to.
Yeah,
We have to stop at this point.
Yeah.
I'm giving you more time than we
Yeah.
have already given. We will talk about this and when we get down to the committee, we will discuss it at that part of the thing, and then we'll go from there. So appreciate you coming in, sharing your concern.
Okay, and you guys had mentioned you were gonna voice concerns too, or just on my behalf, you were say words.
Not right now.
No.
We won't bring anything up right now.
Not to make any.
Committee.
Yeah. I had said that I would have suggested we hold a committee meeting
Okay.
to talk
Yeah.
about
Okay,
your
okay, and
concerns.
that's what you guys.
And then we would set that tonight for another time.
So you will set that committee.
Yes,
meeting, right?
yeah.
We'll see.
We'll try. Because we're, our
Our-
process of, this person right here was our parks
Yeah, I talked to him.
chairperson, and he will be gone, and so we might be reshuffling our chairmans of our committee, so as soon as we get that straightened out, then we will go to the committee, so.
Well, if not real soon, you'll be.
I'll actually be notified.
You will be
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you.
Actually,
I got your email now.
email, you have my address, you have my phone number.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, nothing will take place today,
Okay.
okay?
I can,
Other than maybe setting time, if possible.
I can be done here tonight though.
Yeah, you don't have to stay for the rest.
Oh.
Yeah, you can, yeah, you do.
Thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it. I really-
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
No, I went over the 3 minutes, but I felt that this was.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we said 3 minutes. But I'm
I
just,
know, that's pretty short.
He did a good
That's
job.
real short.
this is something that we needed to, I was gonna say, 3 minutes is not enough time.
He wasn't just repeating himself. He did a good job.
No,
Right. They wanted to keep, you, I think you could have kept going.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we are on, announcement.
Assessment roll, open book starts Thursday, April 30th, during normal office hours. Village assessor will be here on that same day from 12:30 to 2:30 PM in case anybody wants to come into the office and talk about their assessment. And then the Board of Review first 2-hour meeting will be Thursday, May 14th from 6 to 8.
and you got guys for that?
That's on the agenda to set Board of Review members.
Can you change it?
Can you change it? At this point?
No,
You're.
Ironically,
I
it's been,
apologize.
no, but ironically, when I heard the date, it's the second game of Loyal and Columbus, and both grandkids are playing, but
Sure.
we'll get to Tuesday, I'll see them, so no problem.
Okay,
It's probably gonna rain in it anyway, it'll be rained out.
there you go. And then Arbor Day is April 24th, so we would normally invite the Parks Committee out there to plant a tree to promote our Tree City USA application.
24th.
The 24th, I think it's a Friday.
And it's gonna be sunny and,
So,
windy.
Yeah.
Last few haven't been.
It's gonna be snowing.
we normally wouldn't set the, maybe Phil would be available. Well, actually, Phil wouldn't be available. This is the only downfall of not having an, annual organizational meeting. By ordinance, our organizational meeting can occur on the, third Tuesday of April or the first regular board meeting of May. And so normally we do it the first board meeting in May. But Phil would not be available as the committee chair at that point. And we won't have done any rearranging of the committees by then because we won't have a regular board meeting. So it would be great if Al or Pat, if you guys could make, or really any other board member, I think Carrie's usually there.
What time?
What time is it?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I know
I
you're
got
during the
you.
day, yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like 10
Something like that, yeah, yep.
o'clock.
We actually usually leave it up to Will to schedule it.
Yeah,
And where are you gonna do it?
He wants to put a tree out by the new water plant.
Robert, if you ever, if there's something that comes up and if you, just want a point of clarification, feel free to just ask, it may come up, may not, so.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
Sure.
Okay, Public Works. Trevor.
All right, for works report, wastewater, we treated 8.7 million gallons of wastewater. We completed repairs to our fine screen and reinstalled the unit. Blower annual maintenance was performed on all 5 of them. We ordered pumps for Monroe lift station, still waiting to receive them. We received 2 sewer complaints that were on the homeowner side. And we completed our safety data sheet inventory review. On the water side, we treated 4.1 million gallons of water. John and Pat attended the annual wastewater or the annual water conference. They worked and continued to work on problems at Plant 2, and lead and copper testing site applications are completed. For Public Works,
Go back to, problems at Plant 2.
I talked to John this morning. The 2 issues that are right now is backwash is failing due to the way that it's programmed. So they need to tweak some of that programming to get that to smooth out. Which they do have scheduled this week. I think they're gonna be here. Or at least remote in and adjust that program. And then the second issue is with the SIM card for the software dialer, the alarm system. It keeps resetting, the SIM card keeps resetting, so that's an AT&T problem that they're trying to work through. I think that's an AT&T problem and not our programming problem. So they've got that addressed too and are working on that. We do have a backup hardware dialer, because copper is king, Jeremy.
No, you don't think so.
So
Glass.
we still have the backup dialer there that's working for alarms. And we'll get this off of one.
So we've had the plant on for 3 months.
Yeah, John's been working through the backwash, because the iron concentration at this plant is so much lower than the other wells. It really only needs the backwash like is it 21 days? Is it that far?
Yeah, it's probably that.
So I mean, that's barely, once a month, once every 3 weeks. So we don't have that many opportunities to naturally cycle it. And that's really what you want to do is you want to see it work in real time. So every time that he knows a backwash is coming up, he will get ready for it. I think they've triggered a few manual ones.
We had done one, when a Carter rep was on site, that's who provided the filter and that sort of stuff. So he saw the issue. We're working with another guy who's kind of in their office doing the programming side of things. That he's gonna be looking at the computer, whatever day, I think Tuesday through Thursdays, when be honest, and some,
Does he have to be on site or can they do it from the office?
everything he can do remotely. Cause everything is on the screen that's connected to the. So.
Thanks. But
All right, Public Works, they replaced multiple street signs that were damaged during that big snowstorm we had. They started street sweeping operations, started spring park cleaning operations. They turned on the water at the parks and they placed 3 tons of cold patch.
They placed 3 tons? Where?
yeah, we have
The one big hole on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, there are holes all over this village. I mean,
I don't, hey, if you think.
What'd you do,
we
wait?
have bad streets.
wasted on Willow.
no, Marsh, first, I get that.
No. Go to Freeport, Illinois.
Freeport, Illinois. Well, I was just saying, I haven't seen this many holes around and
Them
quite a while.
towns down there. That's
I think you need another 9 tons.
that's a shame.
Bill wanted me to bring this here. I can pass this around. This is a tablet we have for the on-call guy to take home. So we can remote view everything like the water plant.
Don't touch it. Just look.
Oh,
at
come
it.
on. That's mine. I wanna
An alarm.
turn this pump on.
Any other questions for Charlie?
Um,
Comments?
Yeah,
no, go ahead, if you always
well, I see,
complain about stuff.
yeah. In the vouchers, there was $1,700 for generator inspections. What did they do?
That's Walter coming and checking it,
What?
everything.
Their annual service on it.
They run it, they change the oil, they change the filter,
Yes, change the filter.
they change all that. That's the same one I get every year.
So are we doing all the other generators?
The other generators we have are not, they're not serviced by Walter. They weren't, sold by Walter. So
Contract.
we don't have a contract for the other.
There's
generators.
only have the one for the sewer plant.
Yes. Sewer
What do
plant
we do
and
for our
and
other-
lift station.
And Pine Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They change out.
Yeah, Will does the maintenance on the generator here. We decided when I was the operator, and I agreed with Ethan when he wanted to continue to have Walter maintain the 2 generators, the old one at the wastewater plant and the new one at the lift station, just because they were so critical. Quite frankly, if the generator here doesn't run, it's not gonna be necessarily property damage to people's.
I'm not against the maintenance, I'm just wondering, you said change oil
They
and
change oil,
We got
they
2
check your
generators
battery,
that say hand.
they check
take
the
care.
battery, they change your oil,
I mean,
they
1700.
change filters, they run
This
it,
day and age, they.
load test it.
They run it
Well,
through.
yeah, we do
It's not
one
close
check, a year at the wastewater plant that is just a check to make sure everything's still okay, a service visit. The second one is the one where they change all the oils and they do the annual.
so what about the new water plant?
The new water plant,
Are we gonna do that too?
that one is a Generac as well and would be serviced by Walter. I believe we already have signed the service agreement for that.
See, I
Yeah.
would hope we did.
My whole reason of bringing it up is that they all need to be maintained on a regular basis,
Yeah,
which
They,
we keep track of one way or another.
they have.
yeah.
The only, I mean, the one here is like I said, that's, I don't care if this one runs.
It's I mean, we do,
No,
but
but
it's
The
not,
ones that are on the plants are the ones I really would care about.
yeah. And so there's another generator at the first water treatment plant, and there's one at, well number 6.
But it gets started at least once a month, if not weekly.
They
Ours
start
weekly.
weekly.
Yeah, our Wednesday.
Walmart tested.
Yeah, we hear it run at Pines or at the station.
No, but the ones that we're taking care of the maintenance on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
John runs those every week as well.
Okay.
Yes. The one here probably only gets run about once a quarter. Bill doesn't run it as often. Primarily because it doesn't have any automatic controls, so,
Right.
It's a manual start.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the other ones, these all run automatically at a certain time.
Okay, that answers that question. Anything else?
Yeah, I went down and looked at that plain screen that you put in repairs and stuff. And pretty impressive.
Yeah, there was a lot that was done to it. They had to do the outer ring on it. Also stuff, all the shaft that had to get redone. He is having
Yeah.
issues realigning the gearbox on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very,
it was quite the project. Yeah.
it sure was.
Been down for, I don't know, probably a month and a half right now.
Good, when you
Yeah.
drop it in there.
Yeah, that thing does a lot of work for us. I don't know if you guys know what that fine screen is, but it takes out all of our rags and stuff right in the beginning process.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Police chief's report.
Right, I attended the meetings for both the village board meeting and the police commission. During the month of March, officers handled 204 calls for service, issued 40 citations and 2 written warnings. And the police commission met with Officer Bradley Bauer and approved his permission to sergeant, and this was effective March 31st. The department recently expanded its roster and we hired Jason Bauer and Mason Hoops.
Was that prudent?
What's that?
Hire another Bauer, was that prudent?
Well, that's all that's left in town.
They will both fill vacant shifts for the police department. The village,
And Mason's, we interviewed him. Back in what, December?
yeah, we interviewed him. He is on our eligibility list for full time if a vacancy would occur.
Where's he from?
He is from
Medford.
Wausau, no, actually Medford. He's got Hoops
His-
Road out
His
there.
son. His dad was a policeman in Medford. His brother is a policeman in, forget what town they are. And, it's kind of a law enforcement family. And that would be great grandchild of Whitehall.
Great grandfather. Oh,
And next, the village administrator, trustee Hose, and I met with representatives from States Avenue Mobile Home Park. During that meeting, we discussed plans or our concerns with them regarding the condition of the trailer court. They have made plans to us to improve it, which I think they are doing a good job so far.
I
They have,
see 3 trailers were gone.
I think a total of 4 they took
Four.
over. And then some of the garbage is being cleaned up, so I'd like to report that they are making progress.
Okay,
I think you're working on a fifth.
so did we ever approve their license for this year?
That'll be next month.
And then officers continue to address nuisance properties on North LaSalle and South Monroe Street. Just been issuing citations daily.
So what happens if them citations they don't pay?
It comes down to, there's 2 avenues you can take. One would be to make a decision to write a warrant to abate the nuisance or clean the property. The second one would be to place a lien on their house with regarding all stations that are owed to the building.
But we can't put it on their tax bill.
No, I think the proper course.
No,
would
you
be
put a
to-
lien on the property, so if they were sold
No, but
per person liable. Yeah, I don't.
But the one on Monroe, they'll never sell, they'll just.
Jeremy wants to buy it.
I drove past Monroe yesterday.
He's cleaning up a little bit.
I personally seen Ted out there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
The
When was
mi-
it?
the middle.
Yesterday afternoon, Brooke and I.
Middle
Yep.
of the building is like.
Yep, he like tore it. So
Yeah, there's been some work.
I think he's
Burning.
He's been
burning
working.
whatever he can.
There's a lot to work on.
right to work on, but
Yeah.
hey, I was surprised.
He's starting.
Him out.
Burn pile going.
The main thing is he's working on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
yeah.
cleaned up.
Anything else, Sean?
I did forget to, we did have about a $300 bill with, DNA Automotive for the 2021 Durango. They had to replace what would we call that, Chris?
It was just the oil filter pan cover.
It was
oil
oil
filter.
filter. It was some mechanism within the oil filter. It had to replace. It was a little bit more expensive.
No, more rebuy.
It wasn't the oil pan. It was something to do with.
I thought it was oil filter.
Yeah. Yeah, let's,
Is that got an internal filter?
Yeah, take the thing off.
yeah, I wanna know again, if you could look that up,
Yeah.
Aluminum engine oil filter housing,
whatever that is.
Mm.
$295.
But you spin the filter on.
Yeah. Don't put it on the outside. It's easy.
Okay, there you go. Okay, moving on. President's comment. I actually have something. Holy cow.
Oh, you ready to go?
Yeah, that's a red letter day here.
Red letter day or?
The organizational meeting for the
Thank you.
Dairyland Railroad Commission was held, and Jim Schmidt, mayor of Albany, is the co-chair, and I am the other co-chair. Jenny Jacob is the secretary/treasurer. That was the only time we've met. We've had one communication with them since then. We're still in the process of getting everything hooked up with the banks and so on and so forth. We're signing checks, things like that. We have not heard anything since that. So. When I hear something, we'll relay that. But anyway,
We'll talk about those tracks. Pardon? And so talking about those tracks, until something happens, but the current owners really need to spend some time on the south and replace, do whatever, because that's just getting worse and worse. It's gonna become traffic.
Are you talking specifically the tracks or the asphalt?
No, the asphalt's getting pretty bad. No, it's the boards where the tracks are in that are just rotting away. So pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be worse. And I figured as long as it takes to do anything with the railroad, if we start now, we might see something by next summer.
Sure. Yeah, I can,
So I
can
would
reach out
alert
to them.
whoever and say, hey, you guys need to come in.
get
care of this.
the
Hit it with the plow and you roll the whole rail
I think Wadco owns that line, Chris.
They do. That's the group that they're dealing with. And they were supposed to sue them or whatever to get.
up. You control of it.
control of it.
They get federal money for work,
Hey,
for expenses on this track, but they don't spend any of it
They're
on this
using it
track.
someplace else.
I would, yeah.
I'm good.
They're
Whatever.
being used.
So we're just waiting.
So in the meantime, like I said,
Yeah.
We should,
Let's
that
get
whole
that
stretch
done
there.
again.
Yeah, if you put new overlay on that, just go right over the tracks and.
Okay. Under new business, item A, discussion possible action on resolution 2026-2. The resolution requested by the city of Marshfield to order a special election for the position of Marshfield area judge.
Well, this is called a special election. It will be held concurrent with the partisan primary on Tuesday, August 8th, and the general election on Tuesday, partisan primary if it's needed.
Who's doing it till then?
They appointed,
Yeah.
A temporary one.
temporary. You were there.
Yeah, the name,
I don't
We do
remember.
have a
They
temporary.
have a
we do,
temporary.
yeah, somebody is in place.
Yeah, that was the lady that worked for the club.
Yeah, I moved, we do resolution 2026-2.
Second. All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Motion carried. Item B, discussion of possible action on the purchase of a new mower for a cost not to exceed $20,422.
Did I miss something? You know, I know we budgeted and we
Did we
talked about
budget?
it, but I haven't seen anything that was brought in as far as specs on what you guys are looking
This
at.
is the first time, and if you guys don't want to take action now, you don't have to.
Well, I'd like to, yeah, I don't.
I think you should
we
have a
haven't seen
committee
anything.
meeting.
Yeah, Jason got a price a couple weeks ago or last week. And then Ethan was getting another price, but quite frankly, everybody agreed down at Public Works that this is probably the machine they'd want. But if you want to take it to committee, that's perfectly fine.
I moved the table it to committee meeting.
Yeah, that has to happen.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
We don't want to get in that kind of position where it would be done without committee. Responsible. Item C, discussion possible action on the clerk recommendation to set it our sewer, garbage and recycling late fees at 3% to match our water late fee effective on new bills dated after April 22nd, 2026.
But for whatever reason, historically, our water, sewer and garbage and recycling late fees have always been set at different rates. Water is set by the PSC at 3%. Garbage and recycling was set at 5% and wastewater was set at 10%, which I've always wondered why. Nobody really has a good answer. It's just the way that it happened. There are a couple of bookkeeping reasons why it'd be nice to keep those the same. Our software does some rounding things with numbers when you're adding those different late fees together that make it hard to match on a calculator exactly what our accounting software is doing, because going out several decimal points, it kind of screws that up. So like if you calculate a late fee by hand, occasionally you're a penny off one way or the other based on what our accounting software is. We believe we can fix that by making it the same rate across the board. The other reason to do it is, quite frankly, you probably don't need to have those rates as high as they are. And with the rate increases that we've had recently, it would be a little bit of a good thing to do for the people that do occasionally pay late to maybe not have to pay quite so much, especially with that sewer fee being at 10%. When I was in the wastewater plant, I never budgeted for late fees to cover anything. They were just kind of bonuses.
You don't have an issue anyway.
We don't.
Not a big one, no.
Couple.
We'll maybe have 30 that pay late each month, but it's not a huge amount of revenue that we're gonna be out because of it.
No, their increase, what they've seen in their water bills, I make a recommendation to set the 3% across the board for it all.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, discussion possible action on planning commission recommendation to approve a driveway with variance for first choice recycling at 504 East Willow Drive, allowing for two 60-foot wide driveways.
Normal driveway by ordinance is 30 feet wide, but in industrial and commercial zoning, we can do anything we want, basically by variance, depending on need. So first choice has struggled with these narrow driveways for a long time. It's hard to get a semi in and out. They would just want to make each driveway 60 feet long. They would be responsible for doing the work. They would buy the culvert. They wanted to replace the culverts anyway. It would be a good time to do it now before the Willow Street project is done. And it was the committee's recommendation to grant.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item E, discussion possible action on the planning commission recommendation to approve a setback variance request for an accessory structure of quality electric at 409 West Willow Drive, allowing for side lot line and back lot line setbacks of 10 feet.
Current ordinance is 20 feet in an industrial or commercial setting. Luke Francine came, he wants to put a coverall building up in the corner of the lot here to get some equipment from undercover. He would really like to maintain flow lines through here so that he can push snow straight back, not have to worry about going around the building. Both property owners, the one to the west is actually Prosthetics Plus. They've said that that's not a problem. They said he could put it right on the lot line if he wanted to, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make sure he could get around the building, still be on his property. And then this is a village lot to the south. The planning commission did recommend approval of this variance as well.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item F, discussion possible action on a clerk request to change the policy for multi-dog permits to waive the 300-foot neighbor notification requirement for annual renewal permits.
So we have a policy that we've had for quite a while that requires annual permitting of people that want to have 3 dogs. We haven't always done the best job renewing those licenses. So for the first time last year, we renewed a license. I just thought it was a matter of course, but we did miss one from 2019 that had never been renewed. So now we have 3 licenses that we're going to look at renewing this year. And quite frankly, this 300-foot notification of property owners is a little bit of it's a lot of work, I should say.
Yeah.
Especially
Our properties.
for a renewal application.
Right.
I agree that we should be doing it for the initial application.
Yeah.
And I did check with Sean. There have not been any complaints about these dogs at those addresses. So I would like, and this is just a policy, it's not in the ordinance that we have to do this. So I would just like permission to change this so that it's only on the initial application that we have to request permission from the.
So moved. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item G.
Any of the dogs die yet?
No, the one from 2019 is the oldest one, and the youngest, the dog was a puppy.
Nobody needs 3 dogs.
Item G, discussion possible action on appointing board of review members.
So, it would have been, who would it have been? Pat? And you were the one that couldn't do it this year?
Yeah, sorry.
No, and that's fine. Al was the first one to say he would take Pat's place, and then Jeremy volunteered as well. So I don't know if you guys have a preference.
Take it because I have something else going on.
Okay.
I can't be 2 places at once.
You can.
You can? I enjoy doing it.
What day is it? Here, 14th, I got it.
Okay, so who's,
6 o'clock on the 14th, right?
It's 6 o'clock on the 14th.
so who are the 2 members?
So it'll be Jeremy and then Bill. And then Harry and myself are automatic. Members.
It is interesting to listen to the assessor and.
Yeah.
And the interesting part is how we compare to other communities and what is happening. I always enjoy them. It's Robert, if you
I've
don't,
done it twice.
Kind of long.
you don't have to sit through the whole thing, but you meet the assessor.
It is.
It
I've
is,
done it twice. A pot of coffee.
and you can ask.
If you do show up and you decide to leave early, we will try not to be jealous.
You said May 14th?
May 14th.
I mean,
May 14th.
May 14th.
Correct. Yep, at 6 o'clock. I would do that as a motion if that was okay.
Okay,
Make a motion.
motion to approve Jeremy and Bill as members of the board of review. Is there a second? I'll second it. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion
You're
carries.
supposed to you.
Item H, discussion possible action on Ellis Stone pay request number 16 for the well number 7 water treatment plant number 2 project for $47,359.34. Ron,
So this is for basically to chew up all of the outstanding items. So the biggest chunk of this is just the electrical install. And then there's a couple other little items that they were just cleaning up. Like some initial allowances, and I think they had like a contingency of like 5% on that next page. That was kind of the biggest chunk. So what we have left is the 121,000 in retainage. That will come once they complete the punch list, and they'll be pretty much simultaneous. We'll sign the final completion, get that approved, and then we'll release the retainage for the remaining. Basically guarantee everything is working as promised. That can happen before the 1 year warranty is up, but that does not disqualify the 1 year warranty. So there's a 1 year workmanship warranty on the entire building. There's also all of the new equipment is insured or warranted for at least a year. Some of them might be longer depending on the manufacturer. So those typically take effect when they're put into service. So we're looking at I'd say December, January timeframe for all that. The workmanship warranty started at substantial completion, which signed in February, March, I believe. Couple other updates on the project, on those two kind of outstanding bigger items. We also sent a letter on behalf of the village about the damages.
Yeah.
I talked to Zach last week. He is in contact with Corita, who actually built the filter and does the whole processing, and then William Reed, who is a supplier who basically is a third party. They are trying to have an internal discussion to get something figured out for how they want to come back to us. I've been told that they want to do some sort of a negotiation. So we're still kind of dealing with that at this point.
Make sure you tell them that Tom and I are hard asses, okay?
Well, commissioning equipment, commissioning. Like I said, in our world, the HVAC world of controls. If something goes wrong and it wasn't commissioned properly, we're not even gonna argue. It's our fault. Those guys gotta step up because it was not commissioned properly at startup. It might have tested fine in the labs or wherever it was built, but it was not commissioned properly. So they're not gonna have they don't have a lot of argument.
I agree with you, Tom.
There's definitely, yeah, they don't have a whole lot of argument.
And it's in the specs that everything has to be commissioned.
Yeah, so we're still waiting to hear from them that. As soon as I get something, I'll talk to Chris and John. We'll get a meeting set to sit down with them, so. So we recommend payment of the 47,000.
So move.
second,
Yeah.
Tom, second, roll call.
Brophy,
Yes.
Dinsky,
Yes.
Bowles,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yep.
Kraus,
Yes.
White. So far.
Yes. Item I, discussion possible action on a 6-month Class B beer license for Spencer Community Boosters for the period of May through October 2026. This would be for the art park.
Yeah, they have a special out of normal
Yeah.
cycle license. Normally we'll bring all of our other regular retail licenses to the next board meeting, but they do theirs May through October, 6 months. So we do that a month early.
Speaking of the art, well, let's do this.
I'll make a motion and it happens.
Second.
Motion been made in second to approve the 6-month beer license for the Spencer Community Boosters. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So is there any update on anything new gonna happen up there this year?
The art park, they would like to finish the siding and then they'll be done. The siding on the new building.
The new building.
And then they would be done for a while. Yeah, they don't have any other big plans.
And then what happened to our cell tower?
They emailed me back and asked about potential counters. I said, based on the discussion that we had, I didn't think that they had a potential counter that the board would consider. and I haven't heard back from them since.
Thank you.
From this chair.
Nice try. Sorry.
One more comment on our part, being I have attended some pickleball playing down there. Adding a culvert for another driveway to there would probably be good, because we do not want the traffic flowing through when there's people at the art park, and I saw it happening, so it's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
we should
Yep.
plan on
We budgeted for that this year.
what happened this year.
Yep, and I'm working with the DNR to get a wetland permit.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is similar to the shooting range where they're under 10,000 feet of exposure. It's a simple permit and you don't have to do much.
All we should have to do is set a culvert in there, right?
Right.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
and
extend the
then gravel
culvert
over.
to cut the drunk
Yeah, we got
trees
some-
down, but.
yeah.
And we were thinking we would actually, to Mark's point, we would time that and have Norm or whoever we have do that culvert actually then go out to the shooting range and give some TLC to that culvert in that driveway as well.
And then we also, at the art park, we also have a fence down in the parking lot.
Yep, we looked at potentially moving that. I don't think it's probably worth it. Move it based on the little amount of extra space we'd get on the north end.
So do we have to do repair it broken or just bent?
I'm not sure, but
Fence like chain link.
yeah, it's just a.
Yeah, it's a
6
chain
foot
link fence
Or 8 foot.
on the parking lot side there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have our crew look at it, and if they can fix it, great. If not, we'll just have American Fence or Security Fence come in and fix it.
Okay. Item J, discussion possible action on a temporary Class B wine and Class B beer license for the Spencer's Kit Group Mother's Day Bingo event on May 10th, 2026.
Second.
Motion second to approve this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 13, discussion and action on the approval of current voucher.
You want to talk about the 55,000 for the concrete pile?
Yeah, I apologize, I didn't call you. Did you get down there?
Yeah, I actually was able to stop out.
Okay,
Tonight.
so in your professional opinion, how much material do we have down?
I ran some preliminary numbers. Based on what we typically use for, I guess, yeah, real rudimentary using Connex and then some typical like density values. I got between like 110 and 114,000 tons roughly. So I think they were like 13 and change if I remember. Just
Yeah, I'm just looking for it now.
They were saying, yeah, how much?
So we originally, Max originally gave us an estimate for that pile at 9,000 tons. So when it came back at a higher number, stuff's out of order, that should be a booger. And then all booger. We ended up,
Yeah, I didn't remember.
The P. Capital 6, capital 7.
he came in at 13,760 tons.
You say 13,000 and you say what, Matt?
sorry, I must have done, that's. Yeah, pretty close to what I had for numbers. Sorry, I did not, I had my, I was wrong. Yes, it was like the 13 to 10 range.
Well, should we pay him for the 13,000? Is he within range?
Yes, yeah, pretty sure he's within the range.
Then the next question,
What's the cost savings to that material? Not that it matters, but you know, what
Yes,
would
it
it
does.
cost it if we had to buy that material outright versus what it costs us to crush it? 'Cause I thought last time we did it, we saved like 2/3 the cost of getting it to the quarry.
Yeah, depending on, I mean, we typically see values, I'll say for virgin material, like in place, like 3/4 inch and a quarter, you're seeing like, I'd say anywhere between 15 and 20 or dollars a ton. I want to say this is probably a little bit lower because it's recycled material and it's just, if you're just getting it right off the pile, you're probably looking at uh, between $5 and $10 a ton.
Sure, slow savings, cost savings if we would get it using this for buying it.
Yeah. So we crushed it at about $4 a ton.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's something, that we actually saved money by crushing this
Right.
Yeah.
and
Well, what else would we do with it? Well, that's the problem.
Well, you
Right,
would-
but we can,
Yeah.
Reuse it all.
we can,
Well, as long as you crush it.
You know,
yeah, I think we can use it
Not a
on
pile of.
different places.
Alternatively, you would have had to pay to haul it
haul it
away.
away.
So
Yeah.
there's that
Yeah.
offset as well.
Yeah, because and we did this a couple years ago, that whole pile went everywhere.
Well,
We used it at the
Yeah,
pickleball
we
court.
used all
once.
of
We
it.
used the,
number of places, I think so, but I don't think we want to just sell it outright to anybody.
No,
We want to use it.
you can use it.
As much as we can for our own projects, and the contractors that bid on our projects can deduct it, or however Chris negotiates with them. I think it's a value to
I
us.
think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got use. I mean, there's a lot of, even like you said, even at if the range, we had, you can
Absolutely.
use it there, you could use it. Any of these driveways,
That parking lot would be
Yeah.
nice because that
well, it's mud.
recycled material really hardens up.
Yeah, well, that's what's out there is mud, but yeah, there you can use it there, you can use where anywhere we gotta use it.
I just think
I think it's, just wanna make sure we put a record that it saves us money.
Some ready to.
Yeah,
Circle.
Well,
That was good.
and people are gonna ask you
I
guys,
agree, yeah. People already asked me if they could buy like 10 loads for his house or whatever.
well, see, that's private.
Mhm.
Again, if we use it for city use, because it is $5 that we spent to crush it.
Any other questions on?
Yeah, our website, 1520,
Yep, that's
is that a monthly?
that's an annual fee.
Annual, thank you, that's
Yep.
all I wanted. And how's our snow budget this year?
Wasn't too bad till last storm.
last snowstorm,
Yeah.
everybody got stuck.
Reimbursement for that?
So to answer his question first, we were doing really good until the last couple of storms. We ended up about 30 tons over on salt, which was the biggest expense that we had. I did not add up overtime hours for the whole winter yet, so I can certainly do that for the next meeting if you like. The biggest thing would have been the salt usage. And Will is going to increase our allocation with the county for the next season, to make sure we have.
There goes Hayward,
Yeah.
Hayward Road again.
We got a whole pile of gravel we could put a hay road.
To answer Pat's,
Get a roller and doesn't bump it down.
to answer Pat's question, Marathon County was in what they called the core counties of the snow emergency that the governor declared, which was determined by being within 10% of the record snowfall for the county. So Marathon County had a record snowfall. They topped it, so they were over the old record. But any county that came within 10% of the record was considered core, and then that meant that they got their snow removal overtime costs covered. So if you weren't in the core area, you were only eligible if you had physical damages that you need to, like if a bridge failed or if trees fell down and you had to remove those. Those kinds of physical damages would have been covered for anybody next to a core county, basically. The map was a little bit scattered. But for those core counties like Marathon, all of our overtime was covered. So that includes that. And it was nice because the first day that we worked was on a Sunday. So all of
Yeah,
that was
it's got.
overtime.
Yeah, good.
So we'll be submitting about $18,000 worth of expenses. They give us an allowance hours for the equipment that we used, which includes the fuel. And then also the snow removal. So we get to submit the hauling that Mid-Wisconsin did for us as well. and we'll get 80% of that.
Good.
80% of the.
Yeah, 'cause that was a
I
chunk.
thought I read that.
That was, that's a tremendous savings to us this year. I mean, it was a tough snow event. But to get that much money back because of it is huge.
So, just because we're talking about snow event, are we planning on buying chains for the,
That'd be something to
Greater.
discuss with.
We can talk, yeah, we can put that on the list too.
yeah, we should look
For
at
the
that.
grader? Wasn't the township gonna get, got some for you?
That's Will's baby there. The grader.
Okay, so,
For
I
one,
think
one
Will
time
work-
event, you wanna buy chains?
Pardon?
no,
Yeah.
Will got some
He's got, yeah, Will's got his
connection.
connections trying to find a set.
Yeah, no, the township was. Give him a
I just
phone.
question a one-time event, you go ahead and buy stuff and then it. I know we had them at one time where they probably threw them away.
No, there's your.
Well, who knows?
You just don't want to have to see us have another,
That'll be up to the committee.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any other comment on the voucher?
But yeah, there's a stormwater management 1440
So,
town and country.
Yeah.
What stormwater management was that
well,
for?
Max can talk to it.
That is to clean up the business park. Permitting, so Casey and Alpha had outstanding permits to do some work. Dependent on, we had to kind of revamp that stormwater management plan. Because it was above what they had initially told us when we,
Covered that
yeah.
like months ago.
So this was to just get them over the finish line. We resubmitted our stormwater management plan, so as of right now, they're good. To do what they've done there, so.
Mark and Max recommended closing out the project with this pay request. That would be the Madison Street project in general. Then there will be extra costs to free for stormwater improvements to accommodate the next phase of AMPA and maybe Casey's expansion as well. So that will be budgeted for next year. But this will close out that project for the original project, basically.
Any other questions?
I make a motion to approve the vouchers as listed.
Second.
And then a motion and second to approve the vouchers, roll call.
Dolphy,
Yes.
Zinsky,
Yes.
Bose,
Yes,
Baker,
Yes,
Kraus,
Yes.
White. So far.
Yes. Okay. Number 14, clerk report, brief summary of the clerk's recent activity since the last meeting and a listing of the recent building permit.
After the last meeting where we didn't have a single building permit, I was a little sad. But we got quite a few this month, including 3 new homes for Denian. We did close on the sale of their property last week, and they got permits for the next 3 houses. And a couple other smaller. I've been attending leadership classes, NTC classes in Stratford each Tuesday. Wasn't really good. It's a 10-week program. Next week is week 4. I have been getting a lot from these meetings. Lions Club is just about finished with their improvements in the lion shelter. They still, at least the last time I talked to them, plan on insulating.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
What they do with the manholes?
They cover, not with tar paper, but something similar to tar paper, on the inside, not plastic, something that would breathe. And that would contain the insulation, and then because it's black on the back side, you won't really notice the knotholes as much because they'll be shadowed, basically.
Okay, I was just
Yeah,
really curious, did you?
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, that's,
It
yeah.
looks funny.
it's kind of amusing when you walk in.
It's more amusing when they were all laying on the ground.
Yeah,
they're gonna use the whole.
that comes out the other hole.
Note to self, seal.
Seal before you put it up.
Okay, continue.
Yep, the Denian's homes I mentioned, elections went well and Robert Moore is our new board member. The library hosted our What's Happened in Spencer event, which we've done, I don't know how many years now. Sean and Brad were actually there along with me. And we have been getting a lot of calls from residents about the fiber installers. A lot of messes out there.
Somebody's shaking his head.
I got
over here.
3 last week.
Yeah, we've been keeping track. I have a log where we track all our complaints and make contact with the contractors and make sure that they're aware that those particular homeowners will have issues. They put those at the top of their list to make sure they do a good job. So
That
I
last
know a
guy,
guy that went right to the guy,
that last guy that you had,
yeah,
said, you better.
well,
you're
that last guy that you sent me the thing about the Frontier,
yeah.
what he did actually, he really did himself a disfavor
In what way?
because he put screws through the utility company's property. They're going to rip that out and they're going to charge that homeowner to replace them.
Yeah, I never have advised the homeowner to do anything.
Yeah,
like
that's what he
Yeah.
But
And that's
screws,
he took big star and he drove it right through the box.
Checking screws, I think.
The homeowner did?
Yeah,
Why?
because the box fell in there because his kids were playing on it around it. And so it split open and he fell in there, but then so he just screwed it shut. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have done that.
But they haven't, if you look at all them boxes, there's.
It's supposed to be screws.
Set screws, there's none of them are shut properly.
No, most of them are
Why?
wide open. It's like,
Well, and what happened is his granddaughter ran across it and fell down. Cause the cover tipped.
It tipped in because it's a
that'd be
Yeah.
a lawsuit.
Yeah.
10.
I would never tell him to put a screw in because
Well,
Okay.
I'm just saying,
people whine it. Yeah. I would, yeah. Just, I
Okay.
would warn
Anybody
residents
else?
on stuff.
That's all I have.
Okay. Any report? Finance and personnel committee.
First off, we did have a police commission meeting. 30th of March and promoted Brad Bauer to police sergeant position. And we'd like to set up a committee meeting for personnel and the remainder of the board to review the applicants for deputy clerk treasurer position and summer helper.
you wanna do that?
Well, yeah, for the 10 date, I guess. What do you got?
Pick a day,
Next Monday, okay?
the 20th?
So this will be the first review of the
What-
applications.
Well, actually, I'd like to do that this week.
That's what I was gonna recommend.
Yeah. I think we'll do it this week. Best day for me will be Tuesday or Wednesday. I could make Wednesday.
I can make them both this week.
6 o'clock, well, 6:30, make it, you know, here, not just,
Or are we all? What day you doing it, Bill?
yeah. Wednesday or Thursday, I don't
I'll
care,
encourage you.
which works for you.
I'm not on the committee, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's make it Wednesday.
Wednesday and tax day.
Yep. And taxes and also
At 6:30?
6:30. And what's that?
That's just
15th.
review them.
To review the application.
Just to review them. The 15th at 6:30.
6:30.
And I would also like to have Deb involved in that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
15th.
Later.
Reviewing the applications.
She had mentioned that any night this week.
Yep.
I think. Does that sound right?
Save.
That sounds right.
did you want a date night or what's?
I cut into that, aren't you?
You have baking night.
That's this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
6:30.
Anything else you want, Bill?
No.
That it?
That's all I got.
Okay. Utilities and equipment?
No report, but can we look at a meeting next Monday or Tuesday?
Do Monday.
Monday, 6:30.
The Pat, you are on.
Yep.
Utilities at 6:30 on the 20th.
That would be.
Okay.
Wasn't forget.
Okay. Parks and buildings, how are we gonna do that?
So let me just document this first. This will be utilities. Will be personnel. So, there's two issues I guess I would have. The first is, Bill's done on the 21st. We don't actually appoint anyone to that position until May 11th.
Need a meeting of the whole.
And then the other could be, yeah, absolutely, yep. So if we wanted to do a meeting of the whole, that's fine. The other thing to think about is if we want to, if this is gonna become an issue, do we want to potentially change committees?
Yeah, this could be an issue.
Well, I don't know. If you think that we can satisfy him one and done, great.
Well, I don't think you're gonna satisfy them.
I don't think so.
It's a tough situation.
To be quite frank, and nothing against Robert, but coming new to the board, do you want him to be on the chair of the Parks Committee? Or if you guys want to take this as an issue,
Throw them to the dogs.
if you want to just always deal with this issue as a committee of the whole, that might be just fine.
Why don't we let him take Phil's spot,
Sure.
but for that first meeting, I'll run it. Just that
That way it's, yeah,
way we
fine.
don't throw him to the dogs.
yeah, that way he's not getting yelled at right away.
That sounds good for you, Robert?
Sure.
Okay,
And
so
still do it as a committee. meeting.
Committee overall, yeah.
what do you want to go down?
Who's on that one?
That's Phil, Al, and Pat.
And
Do you want,
What are we doing now?
that's what they're talking about.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Is it possible to do it Monday?
That would be a potential.
Could
The
do that.
utility one, I don't imagine.
I don't think the utility one's gonna take all that.
Do it right after that.
I like it when we can.
Stump
Yeah,
yank
Two for.
Let's do for the price of one.
7 o'clock.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good, right after the utilities.
Parks at what time?
Parks and
It's
stuff.
at 7.
Why don't you put following utilities, because if you put 7 o'clock, then you gotta,
It is
you
supposed
gotta
to.
wait till 7.
I think that's a great idea. Immediately following.
Immediately following.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That brings us to health and emergency government.
Yeah.
Okay. And economic development, Main Street.
Just let me ask you, what's happening to the old post office? Now that it's so,
No,
It
that's
is potentially gonna be turned into a line. So they are, they do anticipate,
There, so they wanna make that into.
yeah. So he hasn't come and got a building permit yet. But we've already had, 2 phone conversations.
who's doing this?
I do not remember. He is, not from Spencer, I think from Marshfield. This would be their first laundromat. It's a couple of brothers that wanted a project to do together. Sounds like they have other construction or business things that they do, but this is something that they wanted to do together.
it'll take them a month of Sundays to clean it up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't aware of it, but when they got in there, they realized that the roof had collapsed a little bit, so that's something that they gotta take care of.
What, did Mark have to clear everything out?
Post office,
I don't
went
know.
up for
I
sheriff's
never
sale.
got inside of
How
it.
this building sold as like on.
Yeah, like whatever was left inside, they,
It was as is, I
Yeah.
think.
so I don't know what was in the building. But they got pictures. There was an assessor that did an assessment of it. The county's assessor had a report. All the pictures and everything, I think, so. They didn't go in there completely blind.
Okay, streets and sidewalks. Okay.
Just to say that, Mike is finishing up on the sidewalk assessment. He didn't get it all done last fall before winter. He's been working on it. He worked on it quite a bit today.
So when that's done, then you're,
Then we'll have a meeting.
and figure out,
Yeah, when it's done, we'll have his inventory. He's got pictures of every defect. And then we can triage them and decide, what level we think requires replacement. I do have the guide
We'll do that through a committee.
and do that through the committee.
We don't want it at this meeting.
No,
oh God, no.
no, I just mean to say that we are making progress.
Fire and ambulance.
I wasn't there, I was at kid.
Yeah, Al was there, so
The big deal at this point is we got, we'll be planning, they did order a new ambulance, 370,000. Be here, when was it? End of the year? No, end of next year.
Next year.
not this year, but
It
beginning.
was, yeah, it was a 2-year prior, it was a year.
So the next truck after that will be, engine one, which is again an expensive vehicle. They've already stretched that out 5 years further than they want to, but my question to just one of the guys was, has the engine or the pump ever been rebuilt? They said no, so it's easy enough to stretch that out. Then the big deal was the parking lot, because there's 150,000 to do all of it.
All of it was too.
Yeah, it was more than that, or more than 150.
200,000. Anyway, they want to divide the parking lot up into 3 sections. Primarily the apron in front out of the doors, mainly because of Willow. Do all that in concrete. Today it's in blacktop. Then do the east side and then possibly the back side. But not year after year because we just don't have that much money for maintenance. So they're getting more concrete. They had 3 bids for concrete. They're gonna get a couple more. And we're gonna have a special meeting for that, and that does need to get done. After that, we'll see how that gets stretched out. The townships, like anyone, just like us, they're concerned about if you do a big maintenance project and then we throw any extra dollars we have at it, then we're gonna be short on other things. So, it was one of them where there wasn't a lot of discussion because nobody wanted to say anything.
Yeah, I think Mark does a pretty good job usually of telling everybody how he feels.
And that's not a problem.
It is absolutely not a problem, but it just didn't lead to a lot of conversation, No one wanted to offer to pay an extra $50,000 out of their levy so that the parking lot could get done this year.
Right.
Which is understandable.
I think you're going to, in the next year, we're gonna have some other issues. And that'll be attendance. So there's 15 people on this board, there's fire commission. And the town of Sherman, nobody shows up. They haven't for the last year and a half. And I think the town of Unity, Wayne wasn't there, but 2 did, but again, if we don't have a quorum, we can't hold the meeting.
Yeah, I did ask Troy to work with Dave, who is the clerk of Brighton Township, who writes the agenda for the meeting and sends it out to everybody to see if he could do a head count, try to get an RSVP on who's going to attend the meetings so that, say, for example, this last meeting, Jeremy and Harry were both unable to make it. Could we appoint an alternate? Is it possible that Bill or
Yeah, we don't have anything in the bylaws. It's a good idea.
and I mean, we could even have the the alternates assigned in advance. So
Prior
that,
to the meeting.
yep, so that if someone can't make it, and it's not that they're gonna go there and really make a substantial vote. It's just that we can't even have a meeting unless there's a quorum.
That's the way it would, that commission was written up.
Yeah.
In the fire, just like anything else, firehouse is 35 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
older.
And so maintenance issues keep cropping up. Parking lot is 32 years old.
It's that old?
That's what they told us, 32.
Doesn't that make you feel young there, Harry?
Yeah, but it doesn't, it seems like that's fire.
Yeah, when was the one they last time they replaced after the fire?
What's that?
Was the last
No,
time they
They
replaced it
didn't,
after the
not, they
fire?
didn't. do
No,
any
they didn't
parking lot
replace
after
it.
fire.
They just redid the electrical.
No. But again, that,
Yes, it does.
the trucks going in and out, them,
Concrete.
We get a lot
Better
of,
base and-
there's a lot of, those trucks move in and out of there a lot.
well, they do, and
To that point, if anyone wanted a copy of the annual report, I can even scan it and just send it to you guys if you want to review it.
Yeah.
calls are up
It
considerably.
does have the
Calls are up considerably.
incidents.
Fire calls or ambulance?
Well, unfortunately, they combine them, and I was gonna ask Troy next year if he could split them out.
Just,
Yeah.
just looking at the ambulance calls are definitely up, because I'm
Oh,
going across the street.
yeah, by far it's,
The ambulance is gone.
yeah, by far it's ambulance calls.
Fire truck, yeah, it's about the same. I think maybe pretty close, but ambulance
But
definitely.
we do have a pretty full roster. We're only short a couple guys,
Thank you.
which is really good. A lot of departments are suffering. from
Yeah.
manpower.
Hear about that.
And there's probably 150 calls just for the village dispatcher per day. And we are more than half of their calls.
We had more mutual aid calls
About
than
half
we
of the
did
calls.
our own calls.
But again,
That's
yeah, that's,
what mutual aid's about.
Yeah, that's my sir.
Other questions for Ralph?
Okay.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Robert, these aren't always this long.
I'm sorry?
These aren't always this long.
Sometimes we're